Hey everybody, good morning. It's Thursday morning, January the 9th. Today we're going to talk about the role that your values and expectations play in making your resolution a reality. That's what we've been working on all week this week today. Values and expectations. Don't want to miss it. Stick around.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Tom Rigsby.
Hey there, everybody. Good morning. It's time for another installment of 7 Minutes in the Morning. That's the name of the show where we talk about how to start, grow, and enjoy the benefits of business ownership and entrepreneurship, even if you don't own the joint. My name is Tom. I'm your host, and this week we've been talking about how to, let me turn that off real quick, how to make sure that your New Year's resolution becomes a reality. Turning your resolution into a result, that framework that we use to make that transformation and create that body of success. If you haven't seen the shows so far this week, we'll get a quick recap in just a second. But do go back and watch those replays. They're all there on YouTube and Facebook and in your favorite podcast listening app. Before we get to that, though, I would appreciate if you would do what Joe has done already. Leave a comment, say hi, hello, good morning, how you doing? Whatever floats your boat. That's what I want to hear from you today, because it encourages me to see that you are there. I can see that you're watching from the various platforms where we're broadcasting. Just want to consolidate all that in one place. All right. Also, as we're going through this today, something that I say is going to remind you of somebody that you know. When that happens, jot that name down or remember it, and I'm going to ask you to do something with that at the end. All right, so let's get to this. This should be our graphic that we're using this week. There, that's better. So this is what we've talked about so far this week. This is the quick recap. I'm going to run through these really quickly. If you need more details on any of these, again, go back and rewatch or watch for the first time the episodes from earlier this week. So the first one, we began with vision, imagining as if you already have the result, right? And then writing down what that would be like. This is not a statement of goals. It's not a mission statement. It's not the vision statement that you're used to seeing plastered on the wall in various businesses. I won't comment on the quality of those because some of them might be good. Most of them, though, are crap. This is just a description of what it's like to go ahead and have what you're working toward. Again, fully explain that in Monday's episode, so go back and watch that. From there, we talked about BHAGs and goals. BHAGs, your big, hairy, audacious goal, that thing that scares you a little bit. Goals are the markers or milestones on the way to reaching that BHAG. And then yesterday, we talked about breaking those down into projects and tasks. And if you execute on these tasks every day, then what happens? That's right. You get the result. So you execute on the tasks that complete the project, that finish the goals, that gives you the vision. Right? So today I want to bring in the kind of the underpinning piece here. Let me see if I can turn that. No, that's not it. That. Nope, that's not it. That. There we go. So the underpinning piece is this, the idea of values. And to some extent, expectations. I'll talk about those a little bit. But let me explain why values are important. This is my favorite little anecdote to illustrate this. If frequently when I'm teaching a class for new and aspiring entrepreneurs, I will ask them why they started their business. And inevitably, they'll go, oh, well, I don't know. Well, this, that, and the other. And then somebody will say, to make money. Yes, And then everybody else around the room says, yeah, me too. That's why I started, to make money. That's the right answer, right? And then when they finish, I'll say, well, look, all of you guys started a business to make money, and you've told me what your idea is, and you're all in the wrong business. If you're in business only to make money, then you should be selling porn. And they get these shocked and looks on faces and going, well, I couldn't do that. I'm like, okay. So it's not just about money. It's about money within the context of your values. Now, what I find all the time when I go through this exercise is that people tend to incorporate their values in their vision, but they couldn't tell you what they are to save their life. So we go through this exercise, and I've got a whole nother exercise that goes along with this, helping you find out what those values are and narrowing it down to the 4 or 5 that really influence every decision that you make, right? One of the values for me, and it's kind of doubled up, so I understand that, but mine, kind of high on my list, time and location freedom. I want to do things that don't tie me to one place, and have as much control as possible over my time, right? Time and location freedom. That's a high value for me. So you have to understand what your values are and then see the role that they play. The reason this is important is the same reason that it's important to understand the goal that you are trying to that you're trying to reach. If you don't understand the goal that you're trying to get to, the outcome that you're trying to create, then you'll just kind of wander around and do whatever and work really hard at a couple of things, but not really achieve anything. So understanding your values is important. Now, expectations. I tend to talk about expectations along with values for this reason. Many people live their lives based on someone else's expectations. Well, my parents wanted me to go to medical school or be an accountant or be a lawyer or be a farmer or be a plumber or whatever. You might be good at it, but that doesn't mean that that's the role that you're intended to play. I won't get too far off into that because I'll get on another soapbox. But expectation, look, here's the power of expectations with another quick story. If you go into the bank and you expect it to take 15 minutes and it takes 30 minutes, when you come out, you're mad. But if you go into the bank, let me say it a different way. If you go into the bank and you expect it to take 5 and it takes 15, you'll be mad. If you go in and expect it to take 30 and it takes 15, you'll be happy. Well, in both cases, it took 15 minutes. The only difference are the expectations that you went in with. Managing your expectations goes a long way toward helping you achieve the vision that you've created for yourself. Values and expectations, super important as we talk about transforming resolutions into results. All right. Now, at the beginning, I asked you to think of one person, and I would say something during our time together today that would trigger you to think of one person. I want you to take that one person's name, click on the share button underneath this video or audio, and share it with them. Something made you think of that person. You need to trust that that person was brought to mind because they needed to hear whatever it was that triggered your thoughts. So go ahead and click on share. They'll appreciate you, and I will too. And let's see, it's Thursday. Nothing special about Thursday except it's Thankful Thursday. Be sure and tell somebody that you are thankful for them today. All right, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with a Red Friday edition, and we'll wrap up the rest of, and put it back up here. We'll find out what this last piece is up here hiding in the top left corner. You don't want to miss that. Be sure and tune in tomorrow to find out what that is, and check in with me and all of your friends here in the community. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Until then, you guys have a great Thursday.